welcome. You're on to Aspheric TV, and this is the news wrap-up. My name is Double Gift. The headlines: ex-servicemen protest non-payment of allowance at Ministry of Defense, Abuja. Osun election, tribunal commences sitting in Oyetola Adeleke suit. FG orders vice-chancellors to reopen universities. Kidnap Kingpin, John Lyon Ewa, paraded in Bayelsa. Please stay with us for details of these stories. Now the news. Scores of retired military servicemen on Monday converged at the Ministry of Defense in Abuja and staged a protest over the non-payment of their security debarment allowance, among others vowing not to leave until the government addresses their plight. The ex-soldiers under the aegis of the retired members of Nigerian Armed Forces, REMINAF, and the Coalition of Concerned Military Veterans, CCV, disclosed that Monday's protest was the third phase of their protest, noting that they came prepared with mats and other needed materials to spend the night if necessary. The protesters pitched a tent and blocked access to the Ministry of Defense, ship house along Olusegun Obasanjo Way. They said they had in January this year picketed the Ministries of Finance, Defense and the National Assembly earlier, in pursuit of the same demand, resulting in President Muhammadu Buhari approving payment of the debarment allowances as required by the government. Speaking on the protest action, Ambassador Roy, National Secretary, Reminav, disclosed that retired veterans trooped out despite the rains for the demonstration to demand the payment of their security debarment allowance owed them by the federal government as approved. According to Vanguard, he said the Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, has refused to disburse the allowances even after it has been approved by President Muhammadu Buhari, who is the Commander-in-Chief. Also speaking during the protest, the spokesman of the concerned veterans, Abiodun Duruwaye Haberts, noted that the protest was focused on the non-payment of the security debarment allowance, pointing out that they were determined to sleep over at the entrance of the Ministry of Defense to make the government pay their entitlements. The legal teams of Osun Governor Adeboyega Oyetola and the Governor-elect Senator Ademola Adeleke are set to slug it out at the Election Tribunal, which commenced sitting on Monday. There was a heavy security at the entrance of the court premises at Okefia via Government House, Oshobo, Osun State, with people thoroughly screened. Security operatives subjected lawyers, party members and journalists to checks. The federal government, through the National Universities Commission (NUC), has directed vice-chancellors of federal universities to reopen and resume lectures. The letter addressed to all vice-chancellors, pro-chancellors and chairmen of governing councils of federal universities was signed by the Director of Finance and Accounts of the NUC, Sam Onazi, on behalf of the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Abubakar Rashid. Last week, Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, hinted that the government may direct the reopening of federal universities following the ruling of the National Industrial Court. The court had ordered the Academic Staff Union of Universities to return to work in line with Section 17 of the Trade Disputes Act 2004. However, on Friday, ASU, through lawyers, filed an appeal and stay of execution of the NUC order. John Lyon, whose real name is John Ewa, a kidnap kingpin arrested in Abuja and responsible for high-profile kidnappings in Bayelsa State, is currently being paraded alongside 3 members of his gang by the police at the police officers' mess, Yenagoa Bayelsa State. Recall that the kidnapped suspect was arrested by operatives of Operation Ada in Abuja, after which his real identity was revealed. Vanguard gathered that John Ewa changed his name to John Lyon when he was a dispatch rider at a commercial bank, after he was sacked due to alleged involvement in criminal activities at the bank. Ewa, it was learnt while working at the bank, had run several errands for his superior, which gave him access to privileged information which was supplied to criminal elements to carry out operations. After his appointment was terminated, Ewa was said to have recruited boys to run a kidnap syndicate with specialization in kidnapping high-profile residents of the state. According to investigations, operatives of Ada got on the trail of Ewa after the arrest of 2 suspects, Kingsley Innocent and God Lives Donald, involved in the kidnap of Mr. Danjuma Emeje, a manager with Premium Trust Bank, Yenagoa. Emeje was kidnapped on June 30, 2022, and was released after he was said to have parted with a ransom of 50 million naira. Police sources said Ewa, who runs Lion Interior Hub as cover for his criminal activities, is known for his lavish lifestyle and heavy spending at nightclubs in Yenagoa. He was said to have masterminded the kidnap of the sister to former Governor Seriaki Dixon and top Igbo businessmen, forcing many of them to relocate from the state. During interrogation, police sources said Ewa confessed to have been involved in only 2 kidnap incidents and denied being part of the gang that kidnapped Danjuma. Recall that the suspected kidnapper story first trended on social media on Sunday. In a viral video, Ewa was seen in handcuffs wearing a boxer at the premises of Operation Ada, Yenagoa. The suspected kidnapper in the viral video was seen begging the police officers to forgive him, noting that his wife just gave birth. According to police sources, Ewa had gone to Premium Trust Bank pretending to be making enquiries on opening an account for his children, but was actually gathering information about Danjuma. Danjuma, who was also at the premises of Ada, insisted that he could recognize Ewa as one of the kidnappers who was on a couch while his gang members were brutalizing him. A police source said a close friend of Ewa, who is an in-law of a governorship candidate of one of the major political parties in the state, is also in police custody answering questions on the kidnap incidents in the state. According to the source, barring any change of plans, Ewa should be paraded before the media this week. That's the news. Thanks for watching. My name is Dabur Gifts. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube, and also follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News. On Facebook, we are Official Aspheric News. You can also visit our website. We are www.asphericnews.com. Thanks for watching.